today, brother? Anything important happened this week? Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, man?
What's up, G-Town?
What up? What's good? Introduce yourself, Frasier.
My name's Frasier from Galt. If you don't know where that is, it's right between Santa Cruz and Lake Tahoe.
This motherfucker said Santa Cruz and Lake Tahoe.
A little slice of heaven. If you're going north-south, it's between Lodi and Elk Grove.
This guy said
Stockton.
This guy said southeast of Thornton.
Yeah. It's a little west of Harold. But just a couple of hometown boys trying to put the good word out there, put some truth in the world. You're going to see points of view from myself and from my partner here, Weller. We got opposing views on almost everything. We've been friends forever. We're best friends, been brothers, been fucking fellas.
And we got a bunch of bullshit that nobody even cares to listen to, but we're going to say it anyways, huh?
Fuck. Why don't we start off with some...
What's going on this week? What's going on this week with these mass shootings?
What about yesterday, dude? That dude on the college campus killed his fucking mom and dad, dude. They came to visit him and he fucking shot him, dude.
Man, I don't know what's going on with that. People are fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know. Does it parenting?
I think it all starts in the house, man.
Parents.
I don't know, dude. I know when I used to get spanked by my grandpa and shit, I wanted to fucking kill his ass after he spanked me. But then
kill him? To like shoot him?
But like 10 minutes later, you know, he'd come back in and say, "Here's why I spanked you, because you were lying or because you stole this shit." And then I'd be like, "Yeah, I was wrong."
Well, maybe I guess if you beat your kids and you don't show them any love, maybe that's where that comes from. I guess.
I think now, dude, parenting is the fucking phone, dude. Kids pay more attention to their phones than they do their parents.
I guess maybe I think something where it says video games. People are fucking blaming video games, but I don't think it's video games. Can't be just video games.
Dude, but it's a factor because when we were kids, we didn't have those kind of video games. We had fucking Pong, Pac-Man, Q*bert.
True, but you got to balance between love and discipline, and I mean, it's a lot of shit. But that shit didn't happen too often back in the day. 50, 60 years ago, you see people killing their parents.
No, dude, but I mean, it's just progression, man. It started out, you remember Menendez brothers?
True, I guess.
Lyle and Eric Menendez, they killed their parents, man.
For what? Money?
I didn't watch that episode, dude. No.
I didn't see the fucking movie.
Look at, man, very few parents are parents together. You have all kinds of single parents now, right? Predominantly single mothers.
True, but that fucking kid killed both of his mom and dad.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That had come out. What about the shooting just before that, dude? The other kid, he lost his mom like last November. Gets sent to live with some older people.
Are you talking about the mass shooting?
Yeah, the mass shooting, dude. The one from the high school, man.
I don't know, man. See, you know what? I was listening to somebody was talking on another podcast, and they were talking about how these kids nowadays are on fucking pharmaceutical drugs, Ritalin, Prozac since the age of 5 years old. And when they're like 14, 15 years old, they don't know how to function without this medication. Yeah. You think that has to do something with that? I mean, the medication's fucking... And you know what? People believe it's like meats and all the steroids they put in fucking dairy products and all that shit. It could be fucking people's heads up.
Dude, they changed the homogenation process of milk back in 83.
The what?
Homogenation process.
Say it one more time.
Homogenation process of milk. So, dude, look at, for reals, man, we had some big kids when we were growing up, right? But you go to high school now, man, every fucking kid's bigger than me over there, dude. We're at that Moose Lodge crab feed last night, dude. There was fucking 6-foot chicks in there, 6'3" chicks, and they're all, even my girl's age, 14, 15 years old. These kids are developing and
steroids.
It's
steroids in the meat products.
Common link is fucking food, dude.
And honestly, I don't really fucking know. I just made that shit up, but
I seen the shit on Channel 6. You guys check that out.
PBS.
Channel 6, PBS don't lie to you. Or do they?
Nah, but I don't know, man. Fucking just, I mean, we got crazy people. We have your boy, CH, man. That fucker's nuts as fuck, man. We got
busted CH out the box, dude.
It is what it is. I guess there's crazy people, but I don't know. Maybe it's accessibility to guns.
No,
you don't think it's that?
No, here's the whole thing on the gun trip, man. Look at illegal. If you're gonna do something illegal, if you're a criminal, right? You don't follow the law. Do you think a criminal is gonna say, "Oh, well, they outlawed AK-47"?
No.
I guess I can't use one of those.
Do you think they're criminals though? I mean, obviously they're criminals because they kill people, but I mean, are they really criminals? Or are they just fucking crazy?
I think a lot of these cats are outcasts. Even the Las Vegas shooter's an old guy, but he's an outcast, right? The Virginia Tech shooter, right? All these cats have the same thing in common. They're all kind of outcasts.
Bullied on, maybe? Picked on?
I don't know if that's part of it or not, but they got some type of chip they want to let out.
Chip on their shoulder?
Form of violence, man. I mean,
maybe. I mean, that's why I always tell my kids, you go in school and you see somebody sitting by themselves or being picked on or just feel like they look like they've been left out, go over there and talk to them. Befriend them. You used to do that. I remember you used to do that in school a lot. You were like that. You were always, hey, dude, this is a new fella. And we're like, no, this ain't no new fucking fella. It might be a new friend, but it ain't a new fella. You can't bring anybody you want into our crew. But, I mean, at least you went out of your way to talk to people. I never did that. That's why I think I tell my kids now, go out of your way to be nice to people.
Well, I went to a lot of schools, man. That was it. When I left the G, like in second grade, from second grade to the end of sixth grade, I had went to like 13 different schools.
13?
13, bro, and in 3 states. Because, my mom was fucking welfare scoundrel. We
a welfare scoundrel.
Yeah, we would move from because in the old days, the system, you can get emergency aid like in Tulare County, and then go the next day and sign up for aid in San Bernardino County, and they wouldn't catch up with you on the books. And by the time you did, we're living in Oklahoma. Or do that shit in Oklahoma, and then you move to Texas. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't catch up with you because the paper trail took like 90 days or whatever to get to that address. So, no, I know, man. But when I came back to the G, I loved it, man. I mean, I had already had that. That's why I was a new kid so many times. When a new kid came in.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to my son about that last night. I was like, at some point, I don't know if it was like, I don't know. Freshman year, how my mom was kind of fucked up, but she was like, we're going to move to Washington. And I was like, okay, but I'm not moving. And she was like, well, no, we're moving. I'm like, I'll go live with one of my friends because at that point, that was my life. And so I told my son, I was like, we'll never move you out of your school. We'll do whatever we can to keep you in the same school so you enjoy yourself. We did that with my daughter. We drove from Lodi to Sacramento because she was already enrolled in Sacramento school until at some point we just sold the house in Lodi and moved to West Sacramento because it was like, we're not moving you out of school. I think that kind of fucks people up too.
It does, man, but I think it also builds character, man. I mean, I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through all these types of
outgoing. I guess it makes you outgoing.
Well, I think for me, not only the schoolwork, being involved in schoolwork, but playing different sports, football, baseball, basketball, even golf. I played soccer with you guys when I lived with the Harrisons. Love you, Debbie and Wayne. Thanks for taking care of me. I grew up with many different families, That's another thing I had on my side. Against me, but on my side.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Because I didn't have the same 2 parents the whole time. I got different sets of
parents. Yeah, I know. I remember going and staying with you when you were at the Harrisons, and then when you moved to Cliff in Maryland's house, we went and stayed with you there. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess different things build different people, character. I'm not sure.
They take it differently, man, but the way I see it, and I have no sympathy for anybody. That's where I'm hard like that. I'm like, fuck you. I had a hard time growing up, but I don't have no excuse.
I think that's where DG gets his shit from, too.
Yeah.
Because he had a rough life, and I think that's where he gets the no sympathy. He's like, fuck you. I mean, I did it, so you can. Yeah. I understand that. But I also try to think of where they're coming from. Maybe that person doesn't have that in their character. I mean, so that's why I don't know. Maybe I'm too compassionate sometimes. That's why Danny always throws up the rainbow sign when he's calling me.
Because I know, man. If you think about it, where you're at today, where you're sitting today, where you're living in your life today, it's because of every decision you made. You can blame it on somebody else, but it comes down to what decision you made. Every time you have a chance to go right or left, you're making that decision, man.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just as simple as getting up and going to work. You know, that's all I do. I get up, I go to work.
So then why do fucking people have these mass shootings? Why is there these mass shootings?
Dude, I think it's a compilation of everything.
Compilation. Say that again.
Compilation. Yeah. Check it out, dude. No, look. You got the video games, right? That's a little part of it. You got movies that glorify killing. I was playing an app with my daughter the other day. She's a sniper, right? And you can kill people, but if you do a headshot, you get like 5,000 point bonus, you know, for a headshot. And it's glorifying this shit on little fucking app games.
I guess you're right. Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things. I guess you're right. Yeah, I always thought, you know, for the most part, when you look at like an AR-15, I thought, okay, it's a machine gun. But then, you know, somebody close to me was like breaking it down and brought the gun to me, showed me how it operated. And I was like, okay. But I think that's the problem with everything down the line is people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. But that has to be the same energy on everything, whether it's race, religion, guns, immigrants, whatever it is. People will just spew off what they think they know, and they don't really know. That's why I have a different outtake on immigrants, because I work with these guys for the last 25. I know their families. I know what they're all about, and I know a lot of them that are trying to get their citizenship, but I know a lot of them just try to stay under the radar just so they can just get their kids through school. A lot of them are fearful of what's going to happen. That's why this DACA thing, at work, they used to make fun of these guys who kept current on their DACA, because they're like, hey, you keep current on that, they're going to know where you live. And they know where you live, they're going to fucking deport you. And those guys now, they're making fun of at work. They're like, I told you, motherfucker, because you just get a different government in there, and they'll change all the laws.
Well, look at, dude, what about when they gave out driver's license in California, right? Mm-hmm. For illegals.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be able to find you from that. Bottom line is, if you're under the radar, you're not committing felonies and DUIs, you're not sexually molesting kids, stuff like that, you're probably going to be fine. Yeah, but you have one of those criminal backgrounds. That's who they're going to get, man. That mayor in Oakland this week, she told the illegals.
I've seen something like that.
Yeah, she told them, hey, they're coming this week. They'll be here the next 72 hours. ICE is doing raids. She like put it out there to give them a heads up, right? Well, the people that are worried and should be are the ones that have committed, crime, man, felonies.
Well, I think shouldn't they send everybody in the jail system and prisons who are illegal? Shouldn't they send them back to their original countries? Because I'm for a common sense, compassionate immigration policy. I'm for like these people that are here, they're already here, they're contributing to the economy. Let them have an opportunity to ease into being citizenships. Okay, you've been here for a while, you don't have no felonies. Let's give you this number. You work on this number for 5 years, you don't have no felonies, you keep current your taxes, and we'll give you citizenship. You have any felonies, you got to go back to your country of origin. I think that we can make common sense, but not all government and companies want that to happen, because you're keeping wages even they're getting outrageous right now, you're still keeping wages down. They need that cheap labor because we don't have American cheap labor.
Trump just put that out there, though. He put that plan that you basically just said, he put that out there, and the Democrats shot it down, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact plan was.
Because I'll tell you why, Democrat or Republican, they don't want to have a fucking black and white area on immigration. They want this gray area because it benefits them.
Either way, it does. One way or another. I mean, Republicans know.
I'm not a Republican. I did vote for Trump. As you can see back here, I did vote for Trump. Not because I think he's a great guy, but his fucking policies that are coming through. And, he's only in here a year. Give the guy 4 years, and then let's give him a grade. If he deserves it, let's vote him in again. Let's see what happens. But after a year of him being in there, I'm happy with what he's done. I got my check last week, my first Trump check, dude.
Your Trump check. This fucking guy's calling it a Trump check.
That's what they call it at work, man. I'm not teasing you.
I didn't see any. I mean, I see very minimal on my check, and my wife got $40 more at the end of the month, half a month, because she gets paid every month. I didn't see nothing. All I was told was when I went to do my taxes that I can no longer write off any of my work mileage, tools, anything. I can't do that anymore after this year, which kills me. But see, it's going to balance out. I understand it's going to balance out. It's going to help those people who don't itemize. They're going to get more money, and people like me who itemize are going to get a little less money.
No, because your itemization is going from $12,000, right, for being a couple, to $24,000 for married.
Right, but I still
$12,000 right there.
But what I itemize is way more than that. My income drops down to 25, 30 grand. So I'm gonna get less back.
No, I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
I think our item is we wrote off probably like 34,000 stuff. $34,000 worth of shit. But they wouldn't even let us claim the kids, and that was a big sticker for me this year, man, is that they didn't let us claim our kids.
Why?
We made like $3,000 over the allotted amount. So we're no longer like,
but that doesn't take effect this year, it's next year.
But next year it'll be the same. So that's why, having a small business, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we're going to roll this out. This is going to be fellas92, right?
Yeah, shirts are coming out soon.
We got shirts, bumper stickers, all kinds of shit coming up. But we're trying to get this bitch off the ground floor first and let people know who we are, man. Like, I'm not a Republican, like I was saying. I have voted both ways, Republican and Democratic, but I consider myself an independent, a registered independent with conservative views, man.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who sits there and defends Republicans down the party line's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anybody who defends the Democrats down the party line's a fucking moron. Because either of them give a fuck about you. First of all, Democrats dangle these social programs in front of inner city people just to keep their votes going. You know what? And it doesn't help them. It doesn't help them at all. What helps is if, okay, there is people who need a hand up sometimes. You give people an assistance, but you know what? During that period, you got to go clean the side of the freeways. Eventually what you're going to do is you're going to be working for that assistance, and you're going to realize I can make more money actually working.
What they should have is term limits on welfare, term limits on food stamps. They should have term limits on that shit, because I come from a third-generation welfare family. My grandmother did it. My mom did it. But my brother still does it.
But you like the cheese, dude.
Dude, the cheese is good. You can't lie about that.
The peanut butter, just put a little oil in it.
But that's what my grandmother taught her daughter how to do it. My mom taught her son how to do it, and he's still doing it. My brother's still doing it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If because there is people, I know a family member, and we won't, on this podcast, we're not going to say specific names, I guess, because people don't want to be out there, but that her husband left her with 2 kids, and she wasn't working. So what is she supposed to do? She got assistance for a while and then got a job. But here's the thing. People who get assistance, there should be some sort of work program attached to that. So you have to go wash police cars during that period. Because this is what
drug testing on assistance.
Drug testing's fine. But you work during that and you realize I'm only getting, because welfare doesn't pay that much. It's not a whole lot of fucking money. But you get money and you're working. You're like, fuck, I can make more money working, and I'm already working. So you know what? I'll get off it. You got to make people want to get off it. That's what the Democrats do. At least I would say the Republicans, at least them, they kind of don't hide what they're about. They're about the top 1%. That's what they're about. And I don't think they really try to hide it too much. I mean, that's why I think Trump got in office. People were like, you know what? They realized Democrats are not helping them at all. And they say, fuck it, let's try something. And I think the idea of a Trump is a good idea. I just don't think Trump is that guy.
Well, this is where we have different opinions, man, because I think the Democrats are like, hey, everybody makes some money. Let's throw it in the pot and take care of everybody, right? That's the way I see Democrats. They want to socially help everyone. Where Republicans are like, no, I make my money. I want to keep my money and take care of myself. That's what I see them. And I'm a little bit in between. I don't mind kicking money out, but look at all this shit our money goes to, man. We're fucking tunnels. They're taking tunnels.
Tunnels?
Yeah, the water tunnels from up here. They're going to take our water up here.
You know what? I never understood. I see all those fucking signs. I don't even know what
they're going to they're basically going to drain the fucking Sacramento Delta and take all that water and move it down to LA.
Southern California.
Yeah. And what's happening? Do they keep building and building and building crazy down there in LA, right? So they got no fucking water. Yeah. So they're going to take our water up here and charge us more money for our water that's here and give it to them. That's a Democratic idea. That's Jerry Brown. Dude, Jerry Brown and his dad have ran this fucking state of California the last 24 years. Well, 24 years total, because we had Pete Wilson and we had the fucking governor in there too.
The governor?
The governor, yeah.
That motherfucker was a failure, wasn't he?
Dude, he's a piece of shit, man.
Wasn't he? He's Republican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm actually a registered Republican, and I'm fucking I'm fully independent.
Yeah, I'm registered independent, but I'm also I was Green Party because I was ready to vote for Nader and shit, and that dude that used to do Strike Back, David Horowitz or whatever. You remember that kid?
Who? David Horowitz.
Yeah, Strike Back.
Who's that?
He was the lead of like consumer affairs and wrote those books.
Oh, that wasn't the Son of Sam?
No, that was
the David Berkowitz.
Berkowitz, yeah.
Yeah.
You heard the dog talking to him?
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I this fucking gun thing, it's tough, man, because I don't think everybody should own a gun. I don't think everybody should be able to buy a gun, because I know a fucking dozen people who shouldn't be owning a gun. But I think maybe there could be a little less gap between the background check and mental instability. Be able to check people who have mental problems. Maybe you could help there a little bit. Because I think we both know people crazy fucks. They shouldn't have a gun.
When you buy a gun on the federal form, it asks you if you've had any mental inabilities or if you've been addicted to any drugs. This is on the form, right?
Okay.
So it's up to you when you sign it. The guy behind the gun, behind the thing's not going to fucking say, "Oh yeah, I can obviously see you're mentally ill. I can't sell you a gun." It's whatever paperwork you fill out. They send that to DOJ. 10 days later, it comes back.
Should you have a couple co-signers? Like you do a house or anything else? Because then you know people that know you. Because there's crazy fucks out there.
That's the Baker law. You're talking about the Baker law.
What's the Baker law? It was a wife or something, the girlfriend, right?
Well, like if I said, hey, I call the cops. I said, Weller's crazy. I don't think he should have a gun, right?
Yeah.
They need to document that and put it down, which they didn't do in the Florida shootings, in the Parkland shootings.
Okay, they should do that.
Because, you know, it was crazy. I remember, I don't know how to just say NR, one of the ladies on Facebook posted, there's no way there was 36 times the cops went to this guy's house, right? Well, come to find out, it's 66 times he's had some form of authority contact him in a negative way over the past 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. There's 66 opportunities they had.
They fucked that up. They fucked that up,
man. And you know the reason they didn't is because Broward County was in that fucking deal, the promise plan with the government. So if they have less violent offenders, stealing, all this kind of shit going on at school, the government kicks them more money. So they weren't reporting this stuff. This is what was happening. They were getting called out, but they weren't reporting it.
So, but we're saying the same thing. There should be some sort of co-signer on the guns.
I don't know about co-signer, dude, because you can't bleed. The First Amendment is what? Freedom of speech.
But freedom of speech don't cover everything.
It pretty much does.
They don't.
In media.
Well, no, you can't incite anything that incites riots, anything that incites any kind of criminal activity. Freedom of speech isn't blanketed.
Yeah, bullshit, man. Look at what happened in Berkeley, dude. When fucking Miles Anopoulos is trying to sit there, a conservative speaker comes to Berkeley to try to talk, right?
Well, I think that's bullshit.
I think a fucking riot, man.
I think that's bullshit. I think you should let anybody speak their mind. Let anybody speak their mind. Then most people, when they get talking, you realize how fucking ignorant they are. Anyways, let them speak. If he's such a fucking moron, let him speak. He'll expose himself. I'm all for that. But freedom of speech doesn't blanket everything because you can't incite riots. Now, the Berkeley thing, I think it was ridiculous. You should just let that person speak his mind.
Well, same thing. I mean, it's just, who was it? Antifa? That's who it is, the Antifa group. They fucking did the same shit when Trump got inaugurated, remember? In Washington, D.C., they started fucking fire, started breaking storefront windows, burned a limo. All that shit, you know, that's not covered by freedom of speech, but they got away with it.
Well, I don't know if you get away with it if you get caught doing criminal activities. If they catch you,
you're doing crime. But same thing with the Second Amendment, right? The Second Amendment is made so that we, the fucking ordinary people, can protect ourselves, not from me and you, but from our government. We should be able to protect ourselves from our government.
I don't think that's ever going to be what happened, dude, because I just watch so much shit on the people up there in Washington or Oregon. Was it when they fucking tried to come and take their land, but it was government land, but they came in and killed them.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to defend yourself against the government. No, the government can do it. They're too powerful
now.
But
Waco, man. Waco's another one.
Yeah, they're going to come in and kill you if they want to. There's nothing you can do about that,
But this is the reason the United States has not been invaded by any other country. Why don't we have wars here? You know why? Because the population outnumbers the military in guns.
Yeah, but I mean, if they really wanted to call martial law,
dude.
they can come in and
call martial law. You fucking come into the G, dude. You get lit up, dude.
Oh, fuck. He said the G.
Come into the G, dude. You'll get lit up, dude. You know as well as I do, dude. This is the thing about living in Galt.
He said Galt's going to defend himself against the U.S. military.
Galt will defend the fucking.
Yeah, you might be wrong on that one, dude.
Dude, look at on this map. We're right in the middle. Basically, this capital of California.
It's stupid. That's fucking crazy.
I'll just say it, man. Fucking. That's what makes us different than any other country, right? Or what is it, Switzerland or Sweden? It is a law that every house has to have a gun. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, every house has to have a gun.
I'm not that really big into this gun thing. I'm not a gun nut. I'm like, if you want to have a gun, have a gun. If you don't, you don't. I'm not like really like you know, looking at a gun magazine and jacking off to it, like, oh, look at that fucking AR-15. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that pistol. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, fuck, man. Like, dude, have a gun, then move on. I mean, these people are just like fucking insane about it. Like,
you know why, bro? Because it's not just the fact of shooting the gun or having the gun to be tough or like gangster shit, right? It's also an outlet. It's a recreational deal, man, where you go out, done it with DG and Mr. Three-Way.
Three-Way, yeah.
Me and Mr. Three-Way went out and DG were out there shooting up cars and shit, dude, just having fun. On a farm, on farmland. We weren't shooting cars in town.
Careful what you say. Yeah.
We're out on some farmland, lighting this bug up. My daughter was there it's a good time, dude. DG's daughter was there. We had our girls out there shooting. I mean, it's a fun recreational activity.
What are we gonna call the Three-Way guy? What are we calling him?
I don't know, man. Can
we call him Limp Dick because he actually had a three-way finally as a grown adult and he couldn't function?
Dude,
that fucker.
See, I don't know, man.
He's going
too deep, man.
Nobody cares.
We should run down the fellas though, because we got Frage, we got Weller, we got fucking DG,
B
Sweet's up in there.
We got Flow
Master's in there. The fucking baller shot caller Forbes, Mr. Skin.
Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
Mr. Skin. Who's Mr.
Fire Fingers, dude?
Oh shit. Yeah. Jazzy J.
Fucking we also got another cat that fucking grew up with us with one name and then changed his name halfway through his life. Yeah.
We got E-Rock.
E-Rock's fucking on it, dude. Oh, that's what I was gonna call him. C-Money.
C-Money?
Yeah.
Who's C-Money?
Fucking Forbes.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Firefinger, C-Money, dude.
So what do you think about E-Rock? Our boy E-Rock, growing up with him, he's gay. And I'm happy for him. If you want to be gay, and he's happy, he's found the way he wants to live. Good for him. I mean, it doesn't affect my life. That's too much energy.
I love him the same, dude. I just I'm a little Larry kissing him on the lips now. You know,
this guy kissing. Yeah, you probably kiss more people on the lips than he has in his whole life. Yeah, I remember falling asleep one night and I woke up and you and Flowmaster were rubbing deep heat on my balls. Fuck. Crazy shit, man. Allegedly. No, that shit happened. And that's my story because I could tell it. I don't give a fuck. But those were good times, man. Remember when I got left in a room? You guys left me in a room and I was scared to go outside, so I peed in about 24 Dixie cups. Yeah.
They weren't Dixie cups. They were like fucking McDonald's cups.
Maybe party cups, red cups.
You wouldn't leave outside, dude, because it was haunted out there.
And what's crazy is they weren't even home. It was their house. They weren't home. He came in the morning like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I know, because me and B Sweet we ran to Nick's house, dude. We were fucking running through the fields, and I'm looking at Bernie, dude. He's fucking running and he's jamming. I'm looking at him. I can't stop cracking up, dude, because we left Weller.
Yeah, you guys left me. I woke up. I go to sleep early.
Dude, it happens.
I need rest.
Those are good times, dude. I'll stand by the fact, dude. I think we're the last really great generation. Like, they used to have the World War II generation, was the greatest generation ever, right?
Yeah.
I think the kids who grew up in the 80s and 90s right there, maybe late 70s to the 90s, in that 80s time slot there.
I think the 90s was the last great generation.
No, dude, because they started with the beepers and then they started getting the flip phones and shit, dude. And I really think the phone has fucking taken America down.
Oh, absolutely.
Turn it down a notch. But I'll guarantee you, I would have a fucking PhD or something if we had these when we were kids, man.
This guy said a PhD. I don't know about that.
I'm not a player hating degree either, dude. Think about it, man. We had encyclopedias. We used to have to go fish on the fucking library films to check shit out, right? I mean, if you really wanted to learn something, you had to go. Yeah,
but it's still hard. You still have to learn. My daughter's in college right now, and she's majoring in accounting, and it's tough for her, man. And it's just like you don't come home or go on a test and go use your phone. At some point, you have to learn that information and do without it. But I'm sure when you get your job, when you're working, you can actually use your phone and access information if you're not sure, which you should be able to. I mean, fuck it.
Calculators, man. Like, we never got to use calculators.
I
used to use calculators.
I use calculators sometimes.
Oh, we bullshit, man. We had to learn our times tables and shit. We had to learn how to tell time. Now they don't even teach them how to tell time on the fucking.
Or write cursive. I don't think they do cursive.
They don't
anymore.
write cursive either. My daughters don't know that either, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, that's the other thing. We got different backgrounds in child rearing too. I have 2 kids I made, 2 kids that I got through marriage, and I raised them from a very young age. And then I got 2 more kids that are my half blood that I raised because my mom couldn't handle stuff. So I ended up raising 6 kids, man. And the oldest is 27 this year, and the youngest is 12. And I have a granddaughter. She's just over 1 year old now.
Oh, that's right. You're a grandpa.
Dude,
that's crazy.
I love you, Veda.
Frazier's grandpa.
Grandpa, boy.
You still pop locking and grandpa.
You know, I got raised by getting my ass spanked, so I did that with all my kids. One kid, Annie, you know I didn't have to spank your ass, and that's because she listened, man. Some kids get it, and some kids don't. Yeah,
that's true. I think, but you got to start early. You got to start at the beginning and just fucking, like, this whole thing of, well, you know, we'll wait till 12 to figure out how to discipline them is bullshit. Because by 5 years old, you should know what you can and cannot get away with. I tell you what, right now, I tell my kids go do something. They don't go, oh, there's none of that bullshit. You just go do it.
You know, if they don't do it in my house, it's like, that's my dude.
You were waiting to use that fucking thing up. Trying to use that the whole fucking time. Good deal, dude. That was
hey, go take out the trash.
That's funny shit, man.
Dude, fucking, it's all good, man. But I don't know, dude. I think we're past fucking 20-minute mark, dude. 30 minutes, man.
Yeah, I think
fairly good shit. But what do you think?
It's a good start, huh? Good start conversation.
This up.
This is basically just an intro.
Pilot. This is just like us trying to fuck around and figure this stuff out. So don't hold us to like this is going to be the quality of our podcast, because we're going to get better. We're going to get the music intro. We're going to get all the fancy shit together.
Right? Yeah, absolutely, dude. This is just the beginning right here. This is the first step. But
I just wanted to
baby steps.
Basically, like getting our dicks wet right now.
Yeah, you got to crawl.
But we will be pounding after a while.
Fucking what this guy's talking about. And this guy represents himself 100%.
That's right.
And I represent myself.
My ideas come from me. Weller's ideas come from him.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is not something I think your kids should listen to.
And this is a safe zone right here. We can talk about anything. Yeah. And
we will.
And regardless of what people think, we're not racist. We're not homophobic. We just have our opinions about shit.
I don't think, I think whenever you say, I'm not a racist, then that's when people say, oh, he's probably racist.
I don't give a fuck. I can say, I'm saying all day long, I'm not a fucking racist.
I think your life, like, proves it, man. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm just trying to give this people, like, a warning.
They don't know us. But
yeah, because you start hearing shit and you're like, are these motherfuckers racist?
No. We are mixed blood, too. Our ethnicities, we have mixed blood, so.
Oh, this guy just found out he's black.
What are you gonna bust this shit out, dude? You can call my dad out.
It's all good, dude.
Well, fucking, I think we should probably end it, man.
Yeah.
Slice this bitch up, see what's going down.
All right, so we're gonna do this once a week?
Yeah. We'll let out little cuts during the week, and then we'll have a show once a week. Just talk about the weekly topics, chop it up.
I know we're gonna get negative comments. That's fine.
Yeah. We got,
give us some advice. What you guys want to hear about? What you guys want to talk about? Your opinions.
We're going to have a burner phone, so we'll have call-ins. When we do go live, I think we're going to try to set up going live from like 10 to 11 on Sundays or something like that. Right?
This is fucking crazy. We're fucking crazy.
Hey, and then we got sponsors. This does cost us a little cash to get this shit going, so we got some sponsorship helping us out.
Yep.
We are going to kick out t-shirts and bumper stickers, that kind of shit. But basically, we're going to take the topics of the week and chop them up within 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
You know, if you got a long drive or you got something going on, you want to hear something different, we're fucking it, because, you know, I differ in opinion with this guy on a lot of shit we talk about, but I love him, and that's why we're here, you know, trying to do something.
Yeah. So